in VR? No, absolutely not. That's kind of what I was saying before. I've taken a huge hit, like racing-wise, even though I've only done it a few times, right? So it just came out 2 days ago. I'm initially slower, but I feel like there's potential of being faster, and that's why I'm kind of addicted to the VR, because since it's so hard, it's more challenging, and it makes me more eager to want to race in VR. So I'm a little bit slower, but I think that once you kind of figure it out, you have a bar that could maybe exceed what you could do on a flat TV. We'll see. Everyone's different. Is it comfortable? Last question. No. I think it's funny. Like, that question's funny to me. Like, of course it's not comfortable. I mean, I'm wearing this, like, huge block on my head. It's not like I'm going to wear this and, like, just go relax. Like, no, it sucks because you're compressing your head. So that's not really comfortable when you take it off and you got a huge red mark on your head. So it's not comfortable, but it's not uncomfortable. It's perfectly fine to play for a couple hours in a session. Like I said, you're probably going to take it off every 20 minutes or so. It's comfortable enough for that, but it's not like I put it on like a pair of sunglasses and I forget about it. Like, you know it's on, and it's got a decent weight to where you feel it, right? So anyway, guys, that's it. That's the 10 questions. I hope that helped you guys in this video, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.
Hello viewers, in Gran Turismo 7's most recent update we've had Sophie AI added to the game. This is the world's most advanced AI in a racing game, and it is seemingly impossible to beat. You can see here I managed to draw it into a mistake, but that was a rare occurrence. It was very, very difficult to get ahead and stay ahead of this artificial intelligence. It was very, very strange racing against it, but would I be able to stay ahead of it? Or would I have to resort to some very dodgy tactics in order to win? Let's take a look then. This is the new Race Together mode that was added in update 1.29, and with it you get 4 different races against this AI. Tsukuba, Alsace, Trial Mountain and Suzuka, and then you have 4 difficulties with which to race against it, each one getting progressively more difficult of course. But we are going to kick this one off with the first race at the lowest difficulty to see the progression of this Sophie AI and see how easy it is, or not easy it is, to beat. So you can see there's these emotes that come up, and they're pretty much the artificial intelligence sort of reacting to your driving. It's quite good to see. For this first race, they give you a massively overpowered car, and so my car is quicker than all of theirs, so I should theoretically be able to beat them quite easily, and that's even pretty much the case with this first one. See, they're winning by 17 seconds. Onto intermediate, and it wasn't too much of a different story, but what I wanted to try here is sending Sophie Vert into the Shadow Realm, as you can see, and boom, I'm not sure they were too keen on that, as you can tell by the emote, but it was another easy win, and we're going to move on to Expert to see how difficult this one is. So as the difficulty goes up, the overpoweredness of my car goes down, so my car is actually not as quick as was in the lesser difficulties, so this gets harder in that sense. Up the inside of that, easily past Rouge here, and then that leaves Blue. But this one was quite interesting, look at this, right, because going into this little chicane, the AI moves over and makes it really difficult for me. I mean, its car is slower than mine, I should be able to get past easily, but it made me really think twice about going up the inside, and it's really quite amazing that that is not a human, that is actually just a robot racing against me. This is going to revolutionise the way we play this game, I think. Because it really does feel very human-like. But crossing the line, we did manage to win, albeit quite close that one. The guy in second was not too far away. But now it's time to race against Violette, the most powerful of the 4 AI, in a 1v1. You see here, even cars, 470 pp between us. So let's see how we fare against the fastest AI in equal conditions. And, well, immediately, it's not going very well at all. Violette gets a incredible, perfect launch, goes immediately into first place. and that leaves me languishing here in second. So I've got a lot of work to do. It's only a 2-lap race between the two of us. I can't be hanging about too much. I need to get back on track very quickly, try to get back fast. As you can see, I'm driving what I would consider to be my best. I'm driving pretty well here, maximising all of the corners, maximising the track width, getting on the power nice and early. But even still, there is nothing I can do to keep up with this VLX, Sophie VLX. Very, very quick indeed, and it is so difficult. And that's pretty much the first lap done, and all I've done is watch VLX disappear in the distance, and that's pretty much all I did for the next lap, as the gap got increasingly bigger and ended at 2.2 seconds. Finishing second place, I knew that the only chance I had was to get a good launch, so I used traction control off of the line, get into the lead, and then protect the lead for 2 laps. It's clear that I was not quick enough. Even with practice, I think I would not be able to match the speed of VLX. I had to play this one tactically, get in front, stay in front, defend at all costs, do whatever it takes to stay in front. That's the only method I can think of to win. Now, Tsukuba, the then tight track, as you can see, as you can tell from the past couple of races. So this wouldn't be too hard, at least I thought it would. So let's see if I can do it. I'm coming down towards this hairpin. You can see the gap, and as we look behind, the AI never gives you a moment to breathe. It's always right on your tail, waiting for any gap, waiting for any mistake to be made, and it's going to pounce. That's what makes this so tricky in terms of how you play this race and how you drive every corner. You see here, I left just about the gap, and it went for it. It didn't quite make it, but that is quite an incredible attempt. Something that probably a human wouldn't really be able to judge that well. So it really was quite incredible to see that. But into the first corner, staying in front, just one more lap, or less than a lap now, to try to stay ahead of VLX. And you see there, I managed to stay in front, only just. Into the hairpin, I went slightly defensive, making sure that I didn't open up a gap on the way in or on the way out. And one corner left to go, I was very conscious of what it did on the previous lap, so I was going to drive a much more narrow line, head towards the white line, stay on the inside, do not leave as much as gap as I did on the previous lap. And I managed to do it. We're going to win against top level AI.
With Trading 212, you can buy fractional shares with zero commission. Get the app and start building wealth today.
And looking at the replay was quite interesting. This was the move it had tried at the end of lap 1. Barely any gap, it went for it and it almost managed to put it off. So let's move on to Alsace Village in Skyline, the second race. We're going to move straight to the expert difficulty level, see if we can beat it. There's a new car to get used to with a new track. This one, the Nissan Skyline R32, lots of power, not as much grip as I would have liked. But this one is going to be really difficult in the 1v1 because this track is incredibly wide. So defending against a fast AI is going to be a real challenge. Now this moment was quite interesting. So if you reach there on the right hand side, I tried to go around the outside, there's a bit of contact and it slams itself back up the inside, which was really interesting. And I thought I would test the versatility of the AI here by turning left into a right hander. And boom, into the wall they go. And actually VLX gets caught up in the accident, and I just wanted to see really if kill the ally. Probably starting World War III. The robots will not be too kind to me once the war goes down. But here we go then, the equal conditions race, the 1v1, same car. Let's see if we can beat them around this track. I'm predicting this track will be much harder than Alsace. And my prediction came true here. As we go into turn 1, it found a gap and it went for it and it got through, albeit with a tiny bit of contact. And I spent the rest of the race watching it disappear into the distance. As you can see here, 7.6 seconds at the end of 2 laps. That is so much quicker than me, more than 3.5 seconds a lap. This is a replay of that overtake, and it was a mega overtake, a bit of contact. So it would be quite hard to tell if that would go down as a penalty in reality, but still, we went for that gap. I had to play it a bit more narrow on the next attempt, as you can see, in order to stay ahead. But this is a good example of how hard it is to defend on this circuit, because it's so wide, and you leave the inside, you'll go up the inside on the way in, but then if you go in too narrow, you'll overtake on the way out, so it's really tricky. Up the inside we go. I'm going to try to get this position back, because I think if it gets a decent gap in front of me, there is basically zero chance that I will be able to win the race. So I basically have to desperately send it up the inside in the attempt to get the lead back. You can see here I failed miserably in my attempt, and I could only resort to sending them into another dimension, as you can see. But that is not a fair way to win, so we restarted. We're going to try again. Can we run them wide? Can we usher them towards the outside of the track? Yes, we can. And this was quite weird because it reacted in a very strange way, as you can see. That's definitely something that a human player probably wouldn't do, so I wouldn't expect them to do that. And as a result of that, you can see the gap went up to like 9 seconds. But for me, I wanted to try to beat it in a much more fair way, I have some level of sportsmanship and morality. Here I made one error going a little bit wide on the apex, and it fully capitalised by performing the textbook old switch.
The referee booked the last lap. Having a bloody lap. Got fine. Oh, jog on, you fucking cretin. Absolute job's worth in a cup final. What an absolute job's worth. You absolute cretin. What a cretin. Ref is an absolute prat. First foul and a yellow. Why do they give finals to idiots? Absolute fucking idiot, Red. He's tell you what, he's bought the farm there, hasn't he? Newcastle swarmed in, yellow, and you know why? Because it's St Maximin. They want the low on a yellow card against St Maximin, and that idiot referee has bought it. It's not a yellow card. That's never a yellow card. It's not in an area of the pitch where it's a yellow card. It's to be a yellow card. It's absolutely shit officiating again. And I can't stand that referee anyway. He looks like he belongs working on a bloody Tesco checkout. Nothing wrong with that, but he shouldn't be officiating a cup final. Oh, I just can't stand bad officiating. You're refereeing a bloody cup final, you dickhead. Refereeing a cup final, he can't get his cards out quick enough. Well, all I'll say is, every other foul now, we should see a yellow card. He's going to have to book about 20 players now. Bloody job's worth. Book him. That was a foul. Longstaff could have killed him. No yellow card there. Joel Linton stopped us taking a quick free kick. Callum Wilson stopping us taking a quick free kick. No, not going to book them either. He's an idiot. Absolute idiot, ref. Joel Linton's just stopped us taking a quick free kick. No yellow card. He's an idiot. He's a Newcastle fan. What's the name of this ref? Come on. What's the name of the ref? Let me know. So Delo gets booked for his first foul. Joel Linton stands in front of us taking a quick free kick, which is a yellow card. No yellow card. It's a cup final. Let it go. Absolutely. Kevin Friend. This ain't Kevin Friend. It's David Coote, spelt in a different way. It's a 4-letter word, and it's got an N in it. Well done, Varane. We need to settle here. I'm getting a bit I'm getting a bit aggy. Name of player more